this in your own lives, and this can happen, different things happen, and you sort of realise that you can use that to build on that, and that can do and help. You end up with a publishing company with like 200 books titles published or something that we've done now, which is great fun.
If I, as a writer,
Yeah.
think to tell us how would I pitch to you? How do you accept? Do you do that? Or?
We've changed over the years. We started off doing the developments, obviously, as we said, and we always prided ourselves on having an open submission policy. Anybody could pitch to us, anybody. Because what we were interested in was good ideas, not necessarily the individual authors. Obviously there's an element of going out to Kim Newman, to Simon Clark, to Paul Macaulay and saying, would you consider writing us something? So we would pick people. But in and around that, we were also getting pitches in from Simon Forward and Keith Topping and all these other people that we were publishing. And so this has sort of built up kind of organically like that, if you like. There was a whole load of authors that I was talking to at the point that the BBC told us that we couldn't continue to commission any. And of course all of those books just had to go by the wayside. And as I've said this before, but those included people like Neil Gaiman wanted to do one. He said to me, it's not a question of if, Dave, it's a question of when. Because he's so busy, he was tied up. At that point, I think he was in a 3-book deal with HarperCollins, or whatever it was, and it was an exclusive deal, which meant he couldn't write for anybody else, even if he wanted to. He couldn't. So, although we wanted to do one, and Neil wanted to do a Dalek one for us, we couldn't get it, because we had to wait 3 years, but we couldn't get it. We were talking to Mike Moorcock. We wanted to develop with Mike Moorcock, and he was kind of interested. He wanted one from Alan Moore, and Alan Moore was kind of interested. We approached, Sarah Krepsky, crime writer, because we wanted to see what a crime writer could do with Doctor Who and how she could twist that around and stuff. We wanted to approach, who was the Morse guy? Colin Dexter. We wanted to get Colin Dexter to see if he could do one. We had all of these kind of plans, and the BBC basically closed the door on us and said, you can do no more. Which is a real... So we had an open policy for that. We had an open policy for the Time Hunter books, which was a spin-off of Doctor Who, which did really well. And I absolutely love the Time Hunter books. They're so well written. It's a brilliant story. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen them or there's audios coming out of them now, read by various people, which are great, and fancy films. It's such a good series. I love that series. Very proud of it. But we were also publishing horror fiction, and again we had an open submissions policy for horror fiction. So anybody could come to us and we were working with all these different... But what we found was over the years that the fiction sale was just kind of a downward slant. We just could not sell fiction. Doctor Who fiction we could sell. Yeah. But Time Hunter was kind of sliding. What killed Time Hunter was the new series. Because the new series came back on television and immediately everybody's spending their money on character options, toys, and official books and God knows what. And no one's got, we can't compete with that, we can't get them in the shops, and no one's got any money to buy a Time Hunter book anymore. So that went. So unfortunately about 3-4 years ago now, we actually had to stop publishing fiction because we just could not sell it. We just had to, we looked at the figures and said, look, for every 100 quid we make from one of our Doctor Who books, we're losing 200 quid from publishing fiction. If we want to still be here, you've got to make hard decisions, and that's the worst part of running a publishing company. I love publishing fiction. I absolutely adore publishing fiction. Every so often we do one now, but it's only invite. It really is only invite. We did a book with Simon Clark this year for World Horror Convention, Humpty Bones, which I love. We were offered by Graham Masterson this year a book that he co-wrote with William S. Burroughs, and I just couldn't turn it down. Someone offering you a book by William S. Burroughs.
It's an absolutely amazing book.
Sam edited it. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's not how often do you get a William S. Burroughs book off to you these days.
That's what you can't.
It's just, I just couldn't turn it down. Yeah. So we published that in a really lovely little edition, which is gorgeous. We're publishing my partner Sam's short story collection early next year, called Zombies in New York and Other Bloody Jottings.
You need the language.
Sorry.